Good morning. Welcome, Shem Stars. As we have already started chapter 10, cell cycle and cell division. And we discussed about interphase of cell cycle. In this video, we are going to learn about mitosis and its phases. As we know, this is the most dramatic period of the cell cycle, involving a major reorganization of virtually all components of the cell. Since the number of chromosomes in the parent and progeny cells is the same, this is also called as equational division. In mitosis, the nucleus of a cell is divided into two nuclei with the same number of chromosomes. Mitosis is divided into following four stages. Number 1, prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. We are going to learn about these phases one by one. Prophase is the first stage of mitosis, follows the S and the G1 phases of interphase, which we have already discussed in the previous presentation. In the S and the G2 phases, the new DNA molecules formed are not distinct but intertwined. In this phase, chromosomes condense and form visible bodies. Chromosomes become thicker, shorter, and easily visible when stained under the light microscope. Each chromosome is made up of two sister chromatids, and these two chromatids are joined near the middle of a structure called the centromere. The nucleus and the nuclear membrane disappear. The mitotic apparatus, the spindle, begins to organize within the cell. The complete disintegration of a nuclear membrane, that is, nuclear envelope, marks the start of the second phase of mitosis, that is, metaphase. In this phase, chromosomes become aligned at midpoint of the cell, and they are the thickest and the shortest structure. They are easily identified as two longitudinally double sister chromatids are clearly visible under the microscope. The next phase of mitosis is anaphase. In this phase, the chromosomes replicates and splits. The sister chromatids begin to separate and migrate to the opposite poles separately of the cell. Now, instead of calling them sister chromatids, we call them chromosomes for two different nuclei. At the beginning of the final stage of mitosis, that is telophase, the chromosomes that have reached their respective poles decondense and lose their individuality. The individual chromosomes can no longer be seen, and chromatid material tends to collect in a mass in the two poles. Now we can see chromosomes cluster at opposite spindle poles and their identity is lost. Nuclear envelope assembles around the chromosome clusters. Nucleolus, Golgi complex and endoplasmic reticulum reform. So this is how these all four phases of mitosis complete. After formation of two different nuclei, that is karyokinesis, the cell itself is divided into two daughter cells by a separate process called cytokinesis, at the end of which the cell division is complete. Now there is a formation of two daughter nuclei, that is karyokinesis. The cell itself is divided into two daughter cells by separate process, which is called cytokinesis, at the end of which cell division is complete. In animal cells, there is a formation of cleavage furrow, which starts from the periphery and it completes in the center of the cell, and two daughter cells are formed. Whereas in the plant cells, there is a formation of cell plate. In some organisms, karyokinesis is not followed by cytokinesis, as a result of which multinucleated condition arises. Best example of this to understand that is liquid endosperm in coconut. Now let's talk about significance of mitosis. Mitosis is responsible for growth. It allows a zygote to produce more cell in order to grow. Repair and replacement. It allows the multinuclear organism maintain its tissue, example skin cells and blood, and this is also responsible for asexual reproduction, that is formation of clone. So children, this is all about mitosis and its phases. I hope you must have understood. In the next presentation, we will discuss about meiosis. Thank you, Shem Stars. That's all for today. You can drop your queries on Google Classroom. Take care.